If you are not careful, Kenya is going to ban before 2027. And this is because if you look at what the MPs are saying, and specifically MPs who are in support of the current regime, they are speaking as if there's a second Kenya somewhere.
Wakati jana umesema shoot but do not kill. I want to repeat it here. In fact, shoot and kill. You cannot have someone coming after your life and you do not want to shoot and kill.
Remember that these are your sons and daughters. These are your brothers and sisters. And this member of parliament, chosen by you as a servant, is saying that they should shoot and kill your sons and daughters.
Uzi yenu mnatuambia sijui one time ya nani? Nani alikwambia sisi ndio tutakaa one time? Kibaki hakukaa one time. Uhuru hakukaa one time. Sisi umeona wakati imetufikia ndio sisi ni washenzi tukae one time. Tunapiga bili tambili. Fululizo. Ati wanatupangia na sisi tumekaa hivi. Kama ni kupanga, wasifikirie hatuwezi kupanga. Ni vile tunapenda amani na wachunge hii amani sana.
The Belgut MP was speaking in his own constituency. He's trying to fuel this anger in them, to make them see other communities as enemies.
Ati wanatupangia na sisi tumekaa hivi. Kama ni kupanga, wasifikirie hatuwezi kupanga. Ni vile tunapenda amani na wachunge hii amani sana.
What makes me wonder is, if this MP is able to talk to his own people, you imagine there are other tribes in his community. How are those people going to feel after listening to the person who was chosen to represent that community? It will start raising the tension. And the worst part is the Belgut MP also chairs the Intelligence Committee in Parliament.
Koech also serves as the chairperson of the powerful National Assembly Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations Committee, urged the police to use lethal force against lawless protesters.
This is someone who has exclusive information about what's going on in our security apparatus. This is someone who has been given a very strong docket in the government and is ending up misusing it, talking to people and inciting people, and yet the NCIC has said nothing to date. I've been waiting to see what the NCIC will say. If the NCIC is all about cohesion, and this guy is out there inciting people, inciting the police to shoot and kill, inciting his community against other communities.
Ati wanatupangia na sisi tumekaa hivi. Kama ni kupanga, wasifikirie hatuwezi kupanga. Ni vile tunapenda amani na wachunge hii amani sana.
And that's not all. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, goes into the community where the president hails from and says this.
National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula rallied one community to rise in defense of one of their own who, he said, has been disrespected in recent times. Similar sentiments were echoed by Uasin Gishu Senator Mandago, who uttered unspecified consequences targeting specified tribal groups whom they say have been critical of the current regime.
Nyinyi ndugu zetu wa Trans Nzoia, hasa jamii ya Kalenjins, nyinyi ndio namzaa William Ruto. Na mumeona vile anachezewa. The first and last line of defense ya rais wetu. Mtu akija hapa na maneno ambayo haeleweki, mwambie wewe ngojea wakati wako ukifika utasema maneno yako.
Please remember that the Speaker of the National Assembly is third in line. If anything happens to the Deputy President, if anything happens to the President, he is the one who will be in charge. And yet, instead of looking as a symbol of national unity because he is one too, he decides to divide the country.
The first and last line of defense ya rais wetu. Mtu akija hapa na maneno ambayo haeleweki, mwambie wewe ngojea wakati wako ukifika utasema maneno yako.
He decided to incite the community from which the president comes from and say if someone else comes from out there. So that means if any other community comes to talk to them, they should tell them to come another time. It's not yet their time. My question is there a time that a particular community is supposed to come and talk to any other community in Kenya? Why are they segregating us? This is the Speaker of the National Assembly, shameless, saying that a particular community cannot come and convince any other community before 2027. My question is, when did freedom of speech cease? When does it stop? This is the Speaker who passes laws completely out of line. And that's not all. In the same meeting, this is what someone said.
If you continue, and I want to caution the Mount Kenya nation, mukiendelea namna hiyo, we are going to do an audit of what has happened in this country for the last 10 years.
If we continue like this, Kenya will ban before 2027. And mark my words, if these leaders are not put in check, If these meetings that are now being conducted by members of parliament, by the Speaker of the National Assembly, pushing for a tribal narrative, pushing for tribes to go against other tribes, we are in a very bad place. In a very bad place. And you could see even Kisumu, there are placards everywhere saying Kisumu for peace, Kikuyus should leave the Luos to also govern. These are tribal cards. These are tribal narratives that are being pushed by our members of parliament. There is no way the county government of Kisumu did not know that placards were on their streets, that the placards were put all over the town. There is no way. And especially during the Sabasaba Maandamano. So, the government is well aware of what is happening. ODM is also very well aware of what is happening. My advice is, as Kenyans, please shun away from tribal politics. Tribal politics will not take us anywhere. When you are out there not having a job, every other community is not having a job. Most of us are suffering. So for you to say or to think that a tribal card is what we need right now, you are very wrong. Members of parliament are leading us in the wrong direction. These are servants. These are people we elected to represent us. We are not your servants. We are the ones who choose you. And come 2027, all of you will go home.